Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. Again, it's Justin, and we've got a guest, Jorge, since Wyatt is still in Poland. But today we're coming at you with the Turrent Reserva de la Casa. And this is a Mexican pure oak out of the San Andreas Valley of Mexico. So, not a lot of information on it. I know it's a Toro, and it's 50 by 6 inches. But let's just get right into it. The construction, you can tell it's not the best. There's a few little stretch marks in the wrapper, a few veins. The seams are done well, but they're visible. The cap's a double cap, but it's a little imperfections here and there. What about you?
Yeah, my cigar has all those same characteristics. Definitely some stretch marks, not seamless, but seems well enough constructed. The cap does have some kind of irregularities to it, but I think the fact that it's a double cap will keep it intact.
Yeah. Off the aroma, I'm just really getting like a typical tobacco, nothing really pronounced. Maybe like a slight sweetness, maybe like just a sweet tobacco, but that's probably because it is a Maduro. It's a San Andreas Maduro wrapper, so probably where the sweetness is coming on. But I'm not really a cap too, just like a nice, rich tobacco flavor. Nothing really.
Yeah, I'd say that's right on. Definitely nothing unique. Nothing that I would attribute to like a chocolate or any type of fruit aroma. Just, I mean, almost akin to what you would get opening up a box of cigarettes.
Yeah, it's. But let's see how it goes. Let's get it cut up, toast it up, and see how it develops. Not the best cut, but I think it'll be just fine. Might be out of juice, that's what I thought. Right off, not that impressive for me. It's just like a typical raw tobacco. Not a whole lot going on. Maybe a bit of like a dry cedar, but no real sweetness, no chocolate, no coffee. Just like a raw tobacco and I think it was like dry cedar or any type of dry wood. I really can't say which wood. Just like a dry wood flavor for me.
Yeah, that's right on. Just the initial puffs, very dry. Nothing really that I would attribute to the flavors I would expect normally from a Maduro.
Yeah.
It's pretty light. It kind of reminds me of some of those dry cured cigars.
Yeah. I would say definitely, I would say more mild to medium in body, and again, strength's hard to judge, but I would say mild to medium. Not a lot getting off this one just yet, but I guess we'll, since we're really not getting anything special, we'll get into the first third and see how it develops. Welcome back. We're about 15 minutes in, well into the first third. Still medium in body, probably mild to medium in strength. Burn's been a little off, but nothing too terrible. Taste, nothing special, actually. That dry wood, it's kind of got a bit of a spice kick coming into the finish, but nothing really overwhelming. Smoke production is ample, but it's very drying. Not that I feel really parched, but there's no oil sheen that I would almost expect from a Maduro wrapper. And Jorge said it best, this exhibits no characteristics of a Maduro, and it being a Maduro, it was very surprising.
Yeah, if you're accustomed to that kind of rich smoke, that somewhat sweeter flavor that you typically get from most Maduros, it's just not here. All I'm getting is a dry kind of wood, a little bit of a peppery spice kind of at the back of my tongue, maybe kind of in my throat, but all that Maduro richness, all that sheen, those oils that Justin was referencing, it's not here. It's certainly not a bad cigar. I haven't experienced any burn issues. Mine's actually burning pretty straight. But we were discussing how, you know, a lot of times, really just smoking a cigar, enjoying a drink, it's all about, you know, enjoying the experience. And this is one of those cigars that, while it's not bad, I'm just really not getting a lot out of it. I kind of got bored of it, if that makes any sense.
This would be a cigar that I would, if you happen to run across them, they're relatively inexpensive. This is something, if you've got something else on your mind and you just want a cigar, because this isn't going to hold your attention. But no, at this point, let's see how it develops into the midpoint, and we'll get back. Welcome back to Desert Smoke and the Turrent Casa Reserva de la Casa. We're a little over halfway. It's actually one of the most uneventful cigars I've ever smoked. Just a dry wood, that pepper goes into the finish, and I caught myself almost like, and we talked about it, turbo smoking it just to get through it, because it's not really an attention grabber. It's not to say it's unpleasant. It's nothing like the Gurkha Beast, where it's just disgusting. But it's just really not that pleasurable of a cigar because it doesn't hold your attention. It's always, you know, so far been medium in body, medium in strength, but a Maduro I expect something from. Typically I expect it to be a little oily, I expect it to have a little bit of sweetness. Not necessarily chocolate or coffee, but a typical tobacco sweetness. And I know this is a Mexican puro, and Mexican cigars have not always been thought of to be high quality, and for an Turrent, and I could be butchering the name, was supposed to maybe take that step to bring them into the premium world, and he did not do it with this cigar. We probably won't be finishing it. Not to say it's a horrible cigar. If you're out on the golf course, floating down the river, doing something else that's grabbing your attention, these are fine cigars. But really, I bought a box of them, and I really do kind of regret it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We did smoke it very enthusiastically, hoping to find some type of a change, pick up on some different flavors. I thought that I was getting a bit of leather for a minute, but then smoking it so hot, that peppery finish just kind of built up, and I didn't get a whole lot else out of the cigar. Didn't have any burn issues, didn't really have any construction issues, but for a Maduro, it definitely falls flat. There's just really nothing memorable about it, nothing offensive either. It's a lot like smoking a cigarette, or maybe even Justin was talking about how it's not all that different from something like a backwoods, you know, in terms of getting, if you just want something for just floating down the river, or, you know, if you're fishing and you don't want to take something really premium with you, yeah, this would probably be a good stick for that. We were also discussing how, based on the packaging, it might be somewhat Camacho inspired, but other than the packaging, there's really nothing that I would say is Camacho-like about this stick.
Their boxes, if you get their boxes, are identical to look of the Camacho boxes. They're just, you know, they're not a horrible stick. I've got 18 of them left, and probably give them away or take them like on the river, you know, anywhere where I don't got to think about a cigar. But I think we will be ending in here, mostly because, you know, it's an experience, and part of the review is an experience, and this just isn't really giving us that. So until next time, smoke them if you got them.